Mine is racing. I can never sleep. I'm steady thinking. I gotta get it. Time waits on no man. No, I gotta take it. Motivation ain't no pushing me, baby. I push my. So back at it again. You heard me. Seemed like my fuel pump is starting to go out. It finally gave me the lack of acceleration when trying to accelerate, and it was very noticeable. So I'm finna go ahead, get in this car, and get up and go on, tell Riley's get this, no, AutoZone, and get this part. But boy, this crank up though. Weak. Crank up, weak, weak. I don't know you. Oh Lord. I don't know you guys. Do y'all think I should leave this mud running at O'Reilly's or AutoZone, whatever? Would that be helpful in trying to crank it back up? I don't know. But yeah, we finna go ahead and go up there. Okay, big AutoZone, you heard me? Just got my fuel pump. Ready to bust that mud open. Put it on there, man. So, see, the one that I had spare, it was longer than this, man. This, like, the pump just kind of short. So it didn't really fit in the housing right. But now we got the right part. And we finna go get the business clear. So I did actually leave the car running. I'm a nervous motherfucker, you feel me? I know I got all the tools to fix this mud wherever this bitch stop at. But trust and believe, I don't want to fix that mud wherever it stop at. I would rather fix it in the comfort of my own house, home, you heard me? So yeah. So I'm finna take this cruise back to the cribbo, you feel me? And gonna get the business clear, man. When I tell you, I did not want through no fuel pump. I had a spare fuel pump. Fuel pump was a little too tall. I could have known it was not gonna be, the same thing. But, you hear me? I was trying to see, you hear me? A little bit more, that mud would have fit in there, you hear? We are back at it again. In this trunk for this fuel pump, man. When I tell you, it's like my third time in a day. Nah, not in a day, in 2 days. Probably fourth time in 2 days. Taking this fuel pump out, putting another one in, taking that out, because it ain't fit or work right. So put the old one back in. Now I'm finna take this bitch out again and put that new one back in. But yeah, under some shade this time. You feel me? Back at the crib on. Gonna get the business clear, man. Nice. So yeah, I couldn't find my sledgehammer, but got that extension on that motherfucking jack. And we gonna hammer this right to get this off. It's supposed to be a tool, but we don't have that tool. So yeah, we back at this fuel pump. Finna go ahead, disassemble it. You heard me? Show y'all what all y'all need to do. Gotta go ahead and unplug the wire right here. This is for the floaty to indicate, or at least how much gas is in the tank. You heard me? It moves up and it tells the computer. That's what gives gauge on the dash to tell you how much fuel is in the gas tank. That's the pump wire. You hear me? We taking that off. and stuff like that. So now you need something to get in here. You know, you can use a little pick, a little thing, you heard me, just get in there. You know, sometimes it'd be so easy you don't have to, you know, even use that. You heard me? You can really use your fingers and pry that shit up, pry it and push down on it so it don't re-clamp itself in a different section and you starting all the way over. But yeah, and since we got it unhooked, that'll be the hardest part, just to pry the bitch out of there. But yeah, got that mud out. Disconnect it from there. Boom, bam. So this is what we trying to get to right here. The fuel pump. We're gonna start with the disconnecting of, like, you know, the fuel filter strainer pad. Boom, bam, we got that out the way. We can sit that off in there. So basically all we're doing is taking this out. So you got 2 more clamps, one in the inner right there. Pop that out, and the pump should just slide down. I ain't gonna say it's gonna slide down super easy, but okay, that was enough to kind of out. But yeah, we got that mud out and off, and there go the fuel pump. Not too hard. You gotta see where the gasket went. It went right back in the thing. So it's not too hard. You hear me? We're gonna dry that plug off before we hook the other one back up. But it ain't that hard. You hear me? We got this. So I'm gonna dry this plug. At least the outer part of it, because the inner part ain't really, you know, yeah. Now it's time to get the new one. So with the new one, it came with a lot of new pieces and stuff, but you know, it's good to compare the new one to the old one. And yeah, comparison, that's what we need right there. That's what we need right there. So I'm gonna start assembling it basically how that one is assembled. Comes with all new pieces, etc. Just in case if you gotta hook it up a different way, look like. But it comes with O-ring, so I'll see if it has a decent enough O-ring for that fuel pressure thing. And we're gonna just assemble that fuel pressure thing with a different. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's the O-ring. Boom, that's the O-ring. All this other stuff is basically unnecessary. So I assume taking this off. Man, how you take that off? I assume taking that off. Boom. I assume this goes first. And that, and I assume that's that all the way. Boom, bam. So, comparison, I feel like that's about right, if I can say so myself, is a weird looking, but it's about the same, you know. OEM and like literally factory from the factory may have a couple different looks, but it's the same. Right? You heard me saying plug up and all, so we finna get the business clear. So yeah, I didn't really get the footage of me really putting it back in the tank, but basically it's the same thing, same concept. You drop it in the tank,
Make sure this pump is pushed all the way down and sealed with the top of the trimming for the tank. And then you go ahead and put your trimming piece on and make sure it's even, so you can screw it down so it screws down even. It's kind of crazy, you know, when you screw it down, sometimes, you know, it don't be even, and you know it's not gonna go down and seat all the way right uneven. So just pay attention to that, you guys, you feel me? Make sure you got your inner piece on this line receiver thing, you feel me, with them things to the side, and make sure the line is to the side too so it clamps in there right. And really make sure that your O-ring is still in there, still good, because when you go to start it and all that stuff, it's gonna leak out if it's not. Basically plug you up, put your thing right back on top, make sure it's, you know, in the right places, you feel me? But yeah, I got this camera in my hand, it's hard to do, but basically that's it. Set it right, put each of your screws in there. That's one screw. That's two screw. Here. And this is the last screw. But yeah, to make sure it's not leaking before you really, you know, gonna start it and everything, just don't put this on and start it first, or not really start it, but prime the fuel lines and shit like that, and you'll see if it's gonna leak. Because when you prime them lines, it will leak if it's gonna leak. But yeah, just keeping this off until you crank it and see that it's good, it's the better way to go, so you can just be on the safe side. But yeah, gotta get them screws tight. Now we out, finna show you the startup. Lord, but it's not really that hard when it come down to changing the fuel pump, especially if you have a trap door. Some of them be in the trunk like this, some of them be under the back seat, but the hardest ones are the ones that you gotta drop that rear end and drop the whole tank. So this may be an easy fuel pump job, but the next vehicle might don't be as easy, you hear me? You gotta do a little bit more research and everything. Hopefully soon I'll be able to show y'all a video like that, you hear me? But this for them simple ones that y'all got it either in your trunk or on your back seat, you feel me? You got this. Taking it for a little, spend a little ride, you hear me? It's been cranking up good. It's been, you know, doing good. So hopefully that's what it was. But yeah, taking a little drive, you know what I mean? But let me turn this music down so I don't get copyrighted. But yeah. But yeah, the next day at work, I've been doing good, you feel me? Crank up right. So, you know, took it for a little test drive. It drive good, you hear me? Still on that, you know, that O2 sensor code, but
We gonna deal with that in
I've been
another
trying
video.
to catch a bag,
But
but not a legal way.
like,
Pay stubs,
comment,
documents, copying all that legal
subscribe,
pay.
man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
look
not
at
a worth them
everything, and I will
ankles, scooping
comment,
over
bro.
with. Not
Marley out.